Hi, I'm Miranda, and I wanted to share with you my most anticipated releases for 2025. The first one came out January 7th, called Four Ruined Realms. It is the sequel to Five Broken Blades. I loved this. It starts with five untrustworthy criminals. I guess you can't trust criminals anyway. And they plot to overthrow the king. But they can't trust each other. It's amazing. I'm not doing it justice, but you should pick it up if you like political intrigue. The next one that I'm interested in is LightFall by Ed Crocker. It has vampires, werewolves, sorcerers, and again, politics. That is a recipe that I want to get into. I'm releasing January 14th. Then after that, January 21st is, of course, Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I just finished. It was my first read of the year. What is it called? Iron Flame. Yes. And the first one, if you don't know this series, I'm shocked. The first one is Fourth Wing, then Iron Flame. Onyx Storm comes out soon, and it's a good time. I'm enjoying it. February 11th is Scythe and Sparrow, and that is the third installment to the Ruinous love trilogy. And the first one is Butcher and Blackbird, then there's Leather and Lark, and then the last one is Scythe and Sparrow, and each book covers one of the brothers. It is a dark romance and kind of comedic. It's a good time. Then Rebel Witch comes out on the February 18th, and that is the second book to the Heartless Hunter. Or it could be the Crimson Moth, depending on where you're from. And that one was so good. I've never rooted for this enemies to lovers to enemies, but they weren't ever really lovers. It's so much fun, and I cannot wait to see how this last book wraps up the duology. Yeah. After that is the Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. It releases February 11th. And the first one is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And this is a cozy, good time. I love the kind of Odyssey type story where a lot happens, but nothing at the same time. Emily she's a scholar, and she just kind of like gets into trouble, and because she knows so much about Fae, she knows how to get herself out of it. And there's so much more to the story, and I can go into like a full review, but it's a cozy good time, like I said. After that is Cursebound. That is book 2 to Faebound. And this is my edition. It comes out February 18th. And I love, this is the Fairy Loot edition. I'm hoping, I haven't seen anything, but I'm hoping that Fairy Loot will do a special edition for Faebound or for Cursebound. So this is about elves and fae and humans, and this elven warrior gets banished from her community and ends up finding out that fae are real. And she stumbles into their community, and they're about to kill her for reasons, and she ends up connecting. Oh, it's just she ends up connecting with one of their spiritual creatures. So now they can't kill her. And there's a lot going on, and I had so much fun reading about it. Based on my reviews, I know you want to pick it up too. I love that we have fae and elves, and they hate each other, and they have to deal with each other. And moving forward, how do they, when you have a whole lifetime of reasons why you want the other to not exist, and now you need to work together. So it's a lot of fun. February 18th also is releasing I Got Abducted by Aliens, and Now I'm Stuck in a RomCom by Kimberly Lemmings. And everything she writes is hilarious. I'm not an alien person. I'm not particularly excited about reading about aliens, but because it's her, I will be buying it, and I will read it. Then in March, we have The Library Game by Gigi Pandian, and she wrote, this is the 4th installment in the Secret Staircase mysteries. The first one is Under Lock and Skeleton Key, and these are just cozy murder mysteries where her family, they do renovations on homes and they create secret staircases, and I love them. They're a little bit darker than the normal cozy mystery, and I really enjoy that piece of it. Also on March 18th is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. 4th is Oathbound by Tracy Deonn. That's the 3rd installment for Legendborn. Legendborn is fantastic. On March 11th is Fan Service by Rosie Danan, and I loved her last book, Do Your Worst, and so I cannot wait to see what this one brings. April 1st is The Last Session by Julia Bartz. She also wrote The Writing Retreat, which I thought was a lot of fun, kind of dark. And then on April 8th is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. It's the 2nd book in the Wicked Games series. I hope these go on forever. I love Phantasma and what happened here, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the 2nd installment of this series. Jumping to June 17th, The Robin on the Oak Throne is the 2nd book in Oak and Holly cycle, and the first one was Wren in the Holly Library. This is just a standard edition. It's a lot of fun. I really like this. It kind of felt like old school romantasy. And then on July 8th, The Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. I cried when I was reading The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I snot cried. I'm a little embarrassed because it shouldn't have been that deep, but I was so invested in the story, and I was heartbroken when something happened. So I'm really excited to go back to this world and read about other characters. I have the 2nd book on my to be read shelf, so hopefully I'll get to that before this one comes out. I should be able to. The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst comes out July 15th, and that is a cozy magical mystery that I love the 1st installment. It's not like a series, it's a spinoff that I really enjoyed the 1st one, The Spell Shop. Also on July 15th is The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I will read anything she writes. I have most of her books, and I'm so excited. Anything about witches and vampires and demons, I'm there for. Ghosts, sign me up. But when she writes it, I'm extra there. On July 22nd is Love is a War Song by Danica Nava, and she wrote The Truth According to Ember. And so this is her second book, and it's not a series, but I'm excited to see what she does in her next story. On July 15th, A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. Her first book was A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And I think I said this about every book. I love this book. It was so good, so sweet, found family, magic. It was so good. And so when the Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping came out for pre-order, I pre-ordered it right away. I've had it on pre-order for a while. It got pushed back a couple times, and I don't care. Like, I want her to take her time, whatever she needs, I can't wait to have it. And then the other day, I saw that Stephanie Garber is having her adult debut. It's called Alchemy of Secrets, and it's about a professor who teaches folklore and myth, and I think her student is going to try to uncover some mystery. I should stop. I'll post the description up here so you can read it for yourself, but it looks like it's coming out September, but for sure fall, hopefully for sure, because I'm really excited. I love everything she writes. Murray Liu is also coming out with her adult debut, and that is in October, and it's called Red City. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I know that there are tons of other books that I'm so excited for, but these are like the ones that I can think of right now. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.